Well, good evening and welcome to another one of my streams. This is Scale Model Ninja, your host Ross, and welcome, and hope you enjoy the stream. Tonight we'll be carrying on work on the Chaos Space Marine Rhino. That's what it's called. Just had to think about it then. But yeah, I apologise for not being in other people's streams so much this week because I've just been through a bit of a blip, as one could say. But other than that, getting back on track slowly. So, we've got a couple of people in chat, which is Festive Workshop. It was the first one in tonight, saying hi, folks. Just me saying hi to Colin. And then Korra Pink, Mrs. M. She's in saying hi to Colin. And you got Festa saying hi to Korra Pink. And Mrs. M suddenly realised that she still hasn't sorted out the intro music. But there we go. So she's just saying still need to sort the music out, lol. Then Colin's just saying YouTube's audio library. Choose music. And Korra Pink's just going, I got the last one from there. We lost a few of the startup files, which we did. We had problems with it and just need to put it back on. Then we've got Graham McCall in. Welcome, Graham. He's saying hi, Colin, Ross, and everyone in chat. Then Korra Pink saying hi, Graham. And you got Colin saying hi to Graham McCorvett. And Graham McCorvett saying hi to Korra. And then Colin saying here, if needed to slap the demons, mate. Yeah, well, thanks for the quick little message, mate. I much appreciate it. The little quip at the end there, and that message was quite, just made me smile. So, yeah, it did cheer me up a little bit. So, we have, I have been on with a couple of other things. Just wanted to get away from doing everything else and decided I'd start one of my most awkward kits first, and that was a Kitty Hawk kit. Now, they don't have the best rep for its fit, this kit, but with me, I had no problems whatsoever, so I think it's actually been a really nice kit to do. So that was the UH1 UE Venom, which was a kit that I've enjoyed building so far, and I've nearly got it finished, which I only started on Friday. So we'll switch over to MatCam, and you can have a quick look at it. Here we go. And we'll go into a bit of a zoom, see if we can get a bit better picture. Just bring you up a bit. There we go. There we go. So here it is. It's all been brush painted, but it's getting there. Nearly finished, and I've got the engine bay open on the other side. So it's all quite going together really well, and all the details and everything have been pretty good on it so far. I've not had any real major problems. The only thing you've got to look out for on this one is when you're attaching the old nose cone section there, just to make sure you got it lined up. So it's always good to dry fit it first. But yeah, so that's that I've been up to. We can move you to one side. Okay, let's go back out of him. Still haven't finished my other Age of Sigma figure off. That one's still got to be finished off. I've got his face and then the weathering and a couple of other bits to touch up on it. Yeah, so we'll go back out and zoom on that. There we go. And we begin. There we go. So we've got to carry on with the old Rhino. So some pieces I've actually managed to get a second coat of red on, and some pieces have still got their first coat of red. So I've got to do some more work on them yet, and the other parts. But we will catch on with them. So we'll get on with these parts first, I think. I'll pull that apart again. Actually, will. Yep. There we go. The next part is doing the engine exhaust. Two side bits, and I use my homemade mix-up, where if I'm using any metallics, I just throw whatever's left over in my tray into this pot, and it gives it to a nice little rusty engine type look for exhaust. Yes, it's a bad habit I still have. I lick my brushes because it helps soften them up. Not advisable to some people. But it's something I've done for ages, and it's a habit that I've always had. So yeah. So I hope you've all had a good week so far. Oh, it looks like we've got Panzer just joining us. Good evening, Panzer. He's saying evening all and sending hugs by the looks of it. So yeah, it's been a bit of a strange week for me, where fighting the little demons that's come back again every so often, and it just seems to have hit me a bit more than it should have done this time around again. But there we go, these things happen. And we've got Panzer saying to hi to Korra, hi to me, and hi to Graham. But you forgot Colin, Panzer. Ah, there we are. And he's saying Festa hugs now. Oh, and that's the thing. Yep, we've got a decision to make by next Saturday of what I'll be building on my Saturday stream once I've actually completed the DSV sub, which is Sequest one, which I'm doing on a Saturday. If I remember rightly, option one was the M3 half track by Dragon. I think I remember rightly, yep. And then there's the option two was the Battleship Yamato, I think, if I remember rightly. I think I'm going to Panzer hugs through tears of being forgotten. I know, he's not very nice, is it, when it gets forgotten? Yeah, am I in trouble because I've got Mrs. M coming down? Who's Mike? I'm getting yelled at again. I'm not bringing the mic close enough. So I'm getting told off by Mrs. M. What was option 3 again? Oh yeah, that was it. The Academy 135th Viper Cobra helicopter. And if you go back to last Saturday's stream, you will, all you've got to do on there is put a comment saying 1, 2 or 3, and then once we have worked out, and then the actual decision will be made on Saturday of which one gets the most votes with the build I do next on that. So sadly there's no tanks this time, Panzer. Well, I suppose there's a half tank which is close to a tank, but there's no tanks on it. You got your way this time around on the actual Warhammer build. You can't expect to win them all. And I did mention also that I will be doing, hopefully, doing another giveaway at some point in the very near future. There's David Powell did win the last one, and then elected to have that sent to Sue. So that was posted off. Not sure if she's received it yet or not. Hopefully she'll let me know at some point. Then we've got Johnny joining us. Good evening, Johnny. Saying evening, peeps. And then you've got Panda saying, you was not forgotten, Colin. Impossible to forget you, buddy. Yeah. So then we've got Graham McCorbett saying, we'll get in the hangout when a lot better. Yep, I hope you're feeling a bit better now, mate, and things are getting back on track for you. I know you've not been too good lately. Hopefully things will get back on track for you, mate. All the best. I'll probably be in the hangout tonight after this one, because I will be doing a live stream tomorrow evening. Well, early evening, I think it is, when we get things all sorted out tonight, hopefully, with me and another person. And that will be announced probably first thing tomorrow morning. But it's just a little live stream tomorrow evening where I will be doing something a bit different. So look out for that. I should hopefully be doing it around about 6 or 7 o'clock, I think it is. We might be doing, we'll sort them out later, that time out later on. Just look out for it. Be another little fun thing to do. We've got, let's see. We've got Graham McCormick saying, well, hang on a minute, let's go. Fans going saying, so Ross, what was the options again? Not that I am in any way going to rig the election. Nope, this one you're not. The options were, first one, option 1 was the Dragon M3 half track. Option 2 was the Tamiya 1350 scale Yamato. And option 3 was the Academy 135th Huey Venom. Was it? No, Viper. Is it Viper? Sorry. Yeah, Huey Viper. So that'd be option number 3. So if you go back onto last Saturday's stream, then you should be able to find it. If you leave your answer on there, we will collate the answers from there and work out which one wins. There is one what I'm looking forward to doing if I can. If it does get picked, but I'm not going to vote for it. But I think somebody else has already voted for it as well. But we will see. Okay, so we've got Johnny saying hello to Colin, Graham and Korra, and he's saying hi to Ross. Pan's going, yes, he was very adamant about donating it. Yes, he was, by all accounts. So I'm sure Sue was very, very grateful for that. And give us something else to work on a nice little live stream, which I caught up on earlier on today. So well done, Sue. Another cracking little show. All you've got to do now is get your co-host trained a bit more and you'll be cracking along really well. Then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to Johnny and William. So, yep, good evening, William. Welcome to the show. And then Colin's just saying, sorry, missed that Panzer Koenig, was drying my eyes. And Panzer's saying hi to William. Korra Pink saying hi to Johnny and William. And Robo saying hi to Panzer, hi to Korra Pink. And Panzer going, oh, more Festa hugs then. And then Panzer saying, I would vote for Viper. And we've got Scale Model Muse in. Good evening, Muse. Welcome to the show. Saying, tardy as I was cooking. Well, you were cooking, but what were you cooking? You know the rules. If you ever put saying you're actually cooking something or going about to eat something, you've got to put what you're having. You can't just have half it, the information. And we've got Graham saying, right, oh, I'm off. Catch you lot later. Feeling tired. Well, have a good snooze, mate, and enjoy yourself. Then Panzer Koenig saying, more Muse hugs. And Skelman Muse is going, Cole, hugs. Then William Raber is saying, hi Muse. Hugs as well. And then Panzer saying, bye to Graham. Korra Pink saying, evening Muse. Scale Model Muse waves. And Korra Pink saying, good night Graham. And Scale Model Muse is saying, night Graham. Now I must admit, if I do get voted for the kit that I want to do, really, I've been meaning to do it for some time, but I don't want to influence the vote in any way. It's got to be up to you lot. That way I'm putting content out that all you lot want to watch, hopefully, and to keep you coming back. And if you like it, let other people know, and hopefully they will come over and have a watch and see what they think. And like I've always said, I'm not a professional painter in any way or model builder. I do this just purely for fun, and it's something I enjoy, and it's a way of stress relieving, especially if you're a really hard day at work. So Skelman Music said night Graham, and then she says stuffed chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy with homemade rolls. Nice. Sounds really good. You'll definitely have a full belly after that. Now me on the other hand, we had a nice steak with potato wedges and cauliflower cheese, which is one of my favourite things. So that should hopefully keep the old gasworks going with the old cauliflower cheese. So I should be able to make Dad proud, hopefully. Not onto the same scale as the prune gate, but should keep it going nicely. And she's going, now back to my tomb build. Ooh. So that's a good little segue for you there. What's on your bench this week then, everybody? Hopefully something good. As we all know, on my bench at the moment is this thing that I'm doing, the Rhino, and the Huey Venom, which I had quite good fun with discussing it in another Skelmon Muse. It was Korra Pink said that sounds yummy, Muse. Muse, and William Raber saying, Muse, I'll be there soon. Skelmon Muse says chicken is stuffed with broccoli. Oh. And she's saying lol, and then too late, obviously scoffed it. So you ain't getting any, William. You're lucked out, lad. Well, nobody's telling me what's on there other than Muse has said what there's on their bench. And William saying, darn it. Should have been quicker, William. And she's saying, got to be fast here. And then William Raven was saying, I was asleep. Well, it's no good, mate, if you're sleeping. That old saying comes out, you snooze, you lose. Mrs. Evans is saying, I need to start working on my latch hook rug again. Yeah, that's either a puppy or wolf one of the two, I think it is, that she's doing. But then again, I can never keep an eye on, keep it like up to date on whatever hobby that my good lady is into, because at the moment she's swapping and changing left, right and centre. Other than the fact she's now got herself into building her little fish tanky thing again. So she's having fun doing that at the moment. That one's right done. And this right next. We'll have a little fish tank up in the bedroom. Oh yeah, she's saying wolf. And Mrs. Old Muse is saying, also have half done Outrider here. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what you do with that. And then we're still waiting to hear from Lynn if she's actually received her little parcel yet. It doesn't seem to have shown up at the moment. And it's been a while since I sent it, because I can't remember how. I know I sent it off at the same time as Muse's parcel, and some strange reason she still hasn't received it. So it looks like it may have got lost in the post. So the only other option I've got, I think, instead of with Lynn last time I spoke to her, that if it doesn't turn up in the next couple of weeks, I will send her the other one I've got, of the one that she wanted, and I'll just have to get myself another one at some point. We'll get that sorted out at some point. Music saying, I haven't done latch hook in years. Yeah, it's just a little project that my wife has seems to have gotten into. I know I've got a 5D diamond art thing to do yet myself, which is I think the Harry Potter one actually, where they're going in little boats on the first film, where they travel across the lake in a little boat. So I've got that to do yet. So I might get that sorted out at some point. I'm just waiting to see if somebody comes in tonight, and then we can announce what I'll be doing tomorrow evening. and he hasn't come in yet. He'll be probably busy playing on his Xbox at the moment. Let's see. Korra saying it's my first, but been sitting on the side for a few months now. Also got a painting that needs finishing. I think you've got a couple of paintings that need finishing actually, Mrs. M. If I remember rightly. I think you've even got a 35th scale diorama thing that you were building at some point that you need to finish off. Wherever that's gone, I know it's around somewhere. And I've still got my 48 scale diorama to finish building, which is a German airbase. The size of the base of the actual piece of board that I'm using is 2 foot by 2 foot, so it's quite big. I'll get that finished off, hopefully ready for the next model show that's going to be going ahead, I think, from locally to me. My actual local model show has actually sadly been cancelled. That should have been this weekend coming, but that's been cancelled. But Telford is going ahead by all accounts. Let's see what you say now. It's no, just one painting of a woman. Lol. Dio in the bedroom. Ah. I thought you had a big Apache Indian one that you were doing as well. That you hadn't finished. Something about that you didn't like the way the colours were going or something over on it. Okay. That's a bit sorted. Muse is saying, missed our local show swap on Sunday because I had to move furniture. Oh dear. Never mind. If you go into Telford this year, anybody is, you will find there won't be a swamp meet where they do for swapping model kits and selling them second-hand kits. There'll only be the traders there this year, but they're actually not going to go ahead with the swamp meet area, for what I've just been informed today. And they also will not be allowing under table sales. And by all accounts, for what I've heard, if anybody's caught selling from under the table on the model stands, they will be evicted from the show. What I've just been informed today, which is a bit sad really. Due to the coronavirus, they've said that for the chocolate velociraptor, as I say, they won't be allowed doing the swamp meet because it's due to the amount of queuing and everything else. So sadly, one of the best bits from the Telford show won't be going ahead. Johnny's put on the bench is auto transporter trailer and getting ready to scratch the Peterbilt tractor that is going with it. I'm nervous. If you're scratch building the Peterbilt tractor, mate, I'm not surprised, but they are. I hope it all works out for you, mate, and yeah, looking forward to seeing it. So one thing I do like the American style trucks. They certainly look better than most of our box European trucks. I think the only one we've got close to the American style is one of ours. I think it's a Scania that does has a front engine one. The rest of them are under cab engines. No, don't remember that. Got oldest child quilt that needs to be finished though. Yes, you do have that quilt to be finished. Yeah, I think there's a picture, an Indian picture, I think, or something like that, in the kitchen you've forgotten about, love. It's been sat in there for quite some time. I know when you stopped doing it, you said you weren't feeling it like you were the other pictures that you'd done. So you might have just forgotten about it. Yes, let's see. Panda saying, on my bench at the moment is a pile of stuff I need to find space to store. Fair enough. Well, if you've got any model kits you want storing, you can always send them to me. I'll definitely look after them. Not that the wife would agree that. For some strange reason, she still says that I have too much plastic in the house. And at some point, I've got all my area to tidy up. Sort of rearrange and restack. Muse is going, good luck with that, lol. And Colin's saying, I can't move for pot noodles, lol. There's nothing wrong with pot noodles. It's a staple part of a good man's diet, that is. The old pot noodles. When me and the missus used to do security at festivals, about the only thing we used to take with us food-wise, pot noodles. Because the food that was supplied by the security companies weren't that much cop, really. There was a dino I did not like that I gave up on and gave it to the kids. Yeah, we know about the dino, love, but I think there was a picture. Well, Panda saying, well, Muse is first saying, not supposed to eat them all at once, Cole. And Panda going, how many have you eaten, Colin? And Panda and Colin, Korra Pink saying, Colin, beef and tomato is the best. And Johnny's going, all of them. Yes. Staple diet. I mean, when we did security on one year, me and the missus were working the Leeds Festival and we were doing the silent disco where they weren't allowed to take any alcohol in with them, and we were under orders to confiscate it all, where it would then be taken away and destroyed. But we did give a lot of people the option if they Festival Workshop saying, lol, I agree with Cora Pink. I about this beef and tomato hot noodle. And he's going, only one, Panzerkönig. And Panzerkönig saying, Ross, there's plenty of space on the stairs for my stash. Yeah, but you were complaining about falling over it on your stairs the other day. So, I was just offering services, that was all. Trying to just be helpful to you, that was all. I was willing to sacrifice some of my space. That one. Sweet. Oh, we've got the running wheels. Hopefully we should be able to get these parts put together today. Yeah, so I've got to be a bit careful today because I've actually damaged the ligament in my wrist again from an old injury where there's a tube that runs over here and it flares up every so often and comes in, gets extremely swollen. So lucky enough I managed to put it in the brace for the last couple of days and it's the swelling's gone down. I was unable to do any modelling whatsoever last night. I was hoping to get the UE finished, but there we go. These things happen. And we got Muse going, ouch. Yes, it was a bit painful. I think I was more upset that I couldn't do any modelling last night. So I ended up sat watching TV. Until 10 o'clock this morning. But hey ho, there we go. These things happen. So I might have to stop every so often to just give it a bit of a rest. Yeah, like I was saying about the Leeds Festival, that was quite good fun because the security staff made good use of the destruction of seized property. It was well and truly disposed of properly in a safe manner. I can also remember on another occasion where we was working at one of the festivals and on the last evening we had where most of us working days, we had some lad decided to jump one of the outer fences and sadly he picked the wrong place to jump into, where as it was the last evening of the show and most of the staff of our security firm would finish for the night and were getting slightly drunk, I might add, these two little oiks decided they would jump over the fencing to try and get into the festival for free and end up jumping straight into our security area, and one of them landed on one of our lads' tent. So yeah, not one of the brightest safest places to jump into when you've got 75 security members all slightly drunk and you jump in and wreck one of their tents. So that was quite funny. I'll give the lad his due. He did turn around after he received his punishment and turn around and asked, had the balls to turn around and ask one of our security guards for a cigarette. So that was quite funny. We certainly had some interesting times when working security. I think one of my most favourite ever events I've ever worked for as a security member of staff was the Olympics, when we had them in England. I worked security on both the Paralympics and the Olympics. So, yeah. It was one of my favourite times working security. I actually got to meet Mr. Steve Cram and everybody, most of the Olympic committee. Because where I had all the top brass coming down, because I worked the water park where they did the canoeing. So when we had all the dignitaries visiting, they used to come up to the main stand area, and that was where I was posted. I managed to get a few souvenirs from that. We've got JC Bricks and Building. Hiya, James. Saying, evening, Ross, and everyone in chat. Then Panzer's going hi to JC. William Rayburn saying hi to James. Skelman News. Event security is fun. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, you get to meet quite a few different people, especially when I worked at the some of the main festivals and worked the John Peel tent, which was at Glastonbury, and I worked back at entrance area, so I got to meet all the stars that they went in to access the stage, so it was great fun. And we've got JC saying hi to Panzer, hi to William, and then you've got Korra Pink saying evening James, JC Bricks and Bill saying hey Korra, and Mrs M saying best job ever working the festivals, miss doing it lot. Yep, I think it's a younger lads game now, near enough. But yeah, I think I would, if I got the chance, I'd probably go and do it again. And we've still got all the kit that we need for it. So, as I was mentioning earlier on, we should be doing a live stream tomorrow evening. Now that person's arrived, i.e. Mr. JC Bricks and Builds, we're hoping to do a joint stream tomorrow evening, and I will be building my little Lego Panzer tank on the live stream tomorrow night. It'll be on this channel, where I'll be having James as a guest on it. So, guarantee something will go wrong at some point, because it'll be the first time I ever have a co-host for the evening. So, best job ever working the festivals, miss them a lot, and then only stopped because I fell pregnant with our oldest. Yep. But that's worth it though. Sadly, she missed the Olympics, which was a bit of a shame really, because it was a hell of a good thing. But the only part that's sort of like a downside to it, we spent nearly a month living on the canvas when I was down there. I think one of the best things for us was where we actually ended up camping as well, because with the Olympics we had to, they assigned us a camping area which had the grass cut, but it was that really stalky, heavy stalk grass, so the field hadn't been cut for quite a few years, and you know, sort of like 9 to 10 inches of these stalks coming up through the ground, and they were expecting us to set our tents up on it. So lucky enough, when we went down there to get all our accreditation and do the pre sort of setup stuff, we had found a small little camping site right next to where the London police helicopter flies out from. So we went back there and stayed there, and was the only sort of like group there, so it was good fun. And James saying, I'm sure everything should be okay, but can't promise anything with us two. Yeah, that sort of thing. That's what will make it definitely interesting. Two idiots running around being let loose on the internet on a live stream. Yeah, what could ever go wrong? It should be fun. So yeah, it was a good time really in the Olympics, and there was certain souvenirs that I got from it that were officially supposed to be destroyed by the Olympic Committee. They wanted them all destroyed because they weren't allowing people to have them, and one of them was the banners that go over the Harris fencing that said London 2012 and that sort of thing on it. And they wanted them all destroyed, and they will get shredded due to their policy. But if they were sold off, they wouldn't get the profits from it. So yeah, I got one of them, and that's in the special. Well, I'm gonna build a big case for it and put it as a background piece. I've got to figure out what we're having for dinner tonight. Be right back. And that's from William. I'm sure whatever you're having, William, will be up to your usual tasty standard. But once you figure it out, you must let us know. That's the standing rules. Yeah. That's this one. To do. There's a couple of little bits of touch up to do. On that one's near enough sorted. I'll do this bit now. No. Colin saying, I still have my Marshall's tabard from the MotoGP Silverstone and all my maps and passes, etc. Yep, I have. They're always good to keep them as a souvenir, because then you remember because it makes it part of your history of what you were doing. And the fact that England's now hosted the Olympics twice, which makes it sort of special for us. But yeah, it's I have a few souvenirs that I've acquired. One of them was the silver baton, relay baton that they were given to the games makers, which were the volunteers, and a certificate from participating in the London 2012 games. But we weren't allowed, as security staff, we weren't allowed to have the batons. But lucky enough, one of the volunteer people snuck back up twice and got another baton that I was working with, and she procured one for me. So yeah, quite chuffed about that. I think out of all of our security staff, I was the only one to actually receive one. And it has a nice little stand that goes with it. And then you got the tabards that we used to wear and the waistcoat type things. So yeah, I've still got all of them. The only thing I didn't bother getting was the big pink foam hand that some of us were issued with. I think what made us laugh at most of the occasion though was before we left, the security firm that was the main one decided that they wanted all the 2012 baseball caps back for some strange reason. The fact that we're still wearing their t-shirts, that first of all they wanted all them back as well, but we basically turned around and told them to take a running jump. But yes, I did manage to keep hold of my cap though in the end. Same as my Paralympics one, I managed to keep hold of that as well. The only thing I didn't manage to keep hold of was the patch that went over the 2012 Olympics jacket to make it into a Paralympics jacket. For some strange reason, we weren't issued those when we came around to doing the Paralympics. We just had to make do with the normal Olympics jacket, the weatherproof one. But we do have the Paralympics t-shirt and the normal Olympics t-shirt. I think I've got 2 of each actually, something like that. And a couple of baseball caps. Yeah, it's just history that I want to pass on to the kids, so it should be fun. And James is just saying, evening to Colin, how are you, buddy? Yeah. Well, now gone up to being an hour. I'll probably do it another half hour or so. And hopefully we'll get this one side put together. Once I've got these running wheels done. But knowing my luck, I'll have actually done the wrong bit to join together. Yeah, it does, and I have. So Colin saying, let's see, saying, sorry, James, mate, was building low. And then Corpink saying, great minders, Colin. So, what you building, Colin? You wouldn't be cheating by any chance on one of your joint builds by any chance, would you? Not that you'd ever cheat, of course. Your name ain't Dad. Colin saying, ball tank, and I may have painted my lifeboat. What do you mean you may have? Honestly. You mean the paint pot accidentally fell on it? Is that what you're saying, Colin? So you had to paint it over properly just in case it made a mess of it. Is that what you're saying? For those interested, Elvis is not in the building. Oh dear. I say Elvis was in the building earlier, but he's... Yes, of course, when I was hoping to put two of these pieces together, I've now realised, or have I? Nope, I've got them the right way around, and that makes a change. Actually picked the right one up. Did he? Yep. Obviously forgot to put one of my tablets on silent because it just dunged. That's correct, Ross. How did you guess that? Yeah, well, I sort of thought that would be the only reason why you would do it, because you don't normally cheat. I mean, it's just not in you to do that sort of thing. So when these accidents happen, you've got to make it look right. You can't just leave it there to make a mess of all that effort you've put into it. So I knew there'd have to be a very good excuse to the reason why. I know you're just too much of an honourable person to think about even doing something like that. But you must remember to be a bit more careful when you're messing around with your paints, mate. As accidents, we all know that accidents do happen, though. Unfortunate as they may be, but you have to make the best of a bad situation. This one nearly sorted. Ollie must have had a taxing day today. That's our dog. And he's fast asleep behind me and snoring his head off. He almost snores as loud as the Missy. So yes, I will be doing a live stream tomorrow evening. The actual time is to be, I'll be working out with James later on this evening when I get finished on my stream tonight, and we'll let people know to do a Lego build of a Panzer tank. And James will be carrying on one of his builds. I don't know which one he's going to be doing or which one it is, but yes, I'll be doing my little Panzer tank that James so kindly got for me, and that's this little fella, the Panzer Kampfwagen 2 of L. Lucius. So yeah, be a fun little build. And that's a Quan Guan kit. So yeah, it should be a fun little thing to do. So apart from modelling and I know Lego and that sort of thing, what other hobbies does everybody have? We have covered a couple of things with my missus, how many different hobbies she has, which she has quite a few of. I know I have a couple of other hobbies, which is one of them is shooting. I also I don't have as many hobbies as a wife though. I think that's mainly because she just can't make up her mind what she wants to do half the time. And we do like going camping, that's one thing. Which hopefully some point next year we will be doing again. Especially now that our kids are getting a bit older. And we should be able to take them safely on a camping trip with us. Which I'm looking forward to. So that means I'll be able to teach them how to hunt. Let's see. Johnny's saying other hobbies are photography and sailing. Ooh. Now, is that dinghy sailing or yacht sailing? I know there's quite a big difference between them. I used to do a lot of dinghy and small yacht sailing when I lived in Gibraltar. I used to go sailing up and down the coast of Spain in a 23-footer. It was a brilliant little boat. Yeah, asleep. I think it was 4 people in it, quite comfortably. And done a few little races with it, which was quite good. I also used to do a lot of windsurfing. In the process of that, ended up with quite a few stitches in my head from it as well. When I got hit by a speedboat, and then as I came back up, a gust of wind took the mast and the boom, and that swung round and smacked me in the head. And lucky enough that time I was actually wearing my life vest. Ended up having 73 stitches in my head. 16-foot boat, so technically a dinghy. The girlfriend's parents have a Morris 36. That's where she is now, up in New England. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I think when I was windsurfing, one of my favourite places to go to was Tarifa. It's otherwise known as the home of windsurfing. I used to do a lot of wave jumping up there. And on a good day, you used to get an average of 15-foot waves. So, yeah. What do you mean, does that explain everything? About your stitches in my head, you mean? So that's why I'm a nutcase. Yeah, probably it does. It's something I used to really enjoy was the windsurfing. Is that bit done? Camera dirt. Nearly. Tidy something up. Yeah, it's a pretty weird. I mean, the nearest place I could probably go windsurfing around here would be the reservoir over in Halifax. That'd probably be the nearest place for me. I wanted to go sailing again. And they mainly just run dinghies on there. She also likes scuba diving and kiteboarding. Now, something I haven't tried myself, kiteboarding. Scuba diving I've done. And dove on a couple of wrecks out in Gibraltar. And a couple of the World War II wrecks near the harbour. We weren't officially allowed to dive inside the naval base area, which shows quite a few more wrecks in there. But we managed to dive one on the Outer Mole, which was a big cargo ship that went down. I think my dives I would have wanted to do most would have been to go over towards where the Ark Royal went down. But that's quite a deep wreck to get down to. But yeah, would have loved to have gone somewhere so I get close to that sort of thing. And the wife's just saying, yes, we enjoy fishing too. Yep, we do. We used to have fun going out night fishing. And it was just me and the good lady. So that's that bit done. Oops, just a bit there. I used to enjoy doing a good bit of sea fishing when I lived in Gibraltar as well. Or beach fishing. Didn't actually ever go out on a boat to fish though. Used to cast off a beach. And I think the weirdest fish I've ever caught was well, it's not really a fish, it was actually an octopus off a spinner. God knows how, but it happened. Catching an octopus off a spinner. And that ended up on the dinner table in the end. I like to go surf fishing. Nice one. Okay, I'll stick these two sides together. We should be able to do that now. They're both on that one. Okay, where's the old sticky stuff? And I'm going to have to order myself some more Mephiston Red if that hasn't nicked it all. Otherwise, I'm down to my last tub of it now. Sadly. I must remember to order some more. Probably get that order later on tonight. Through my mate's website over in Halifax. I can get that delivered. And the only thing I do to keep it safe for myself is that I don't order I don't go to the actual model shop just to get paint. It'd be very unwise, because every time I go in to get just paint, I end up coming home with about 10 or 15 model kits. As you do, they seem to sort of like follow you out the shop. So Johnny's going, when things get back to normal, I want to go to Mexico and catch a roosterfish. Ah, you're trying to get a bit cocky now. I think I'll just watch the tumbleweed go past. That's that bit done. Okay. Have a quick slurp. That was better. Oh, I'm also happy to say that I've actually completed the Hobrot Slitzers on my Dominion box set. I have sort of posted out onto numerous groups that are what ones I've done. So there'll be thing, but the spare ones that I have left over, because I'm not interested in doing repeat builds other than what I've got to do for my son's Chaos Army. I'm generally not that interested in building more than one of whatever I've done. So I've actually given them away to somebody that I know will really like them. So that person now has a number of different armies to build. Skelmon Muse saying they jump into your bag, Ross. Yes, they do. They scream, "Take me home! Take me home!" And then I just get given grief by the missus when I get home, saying, "What have you brought home this time?" The general thing I do get away with normally is buying Warhammer stuff though, because it gets from the pretense that it'll be doing on the channel. But I can't really get away with saying I brought X amount of kits for the Saturday live stream Because as my darling wife keeps saying to me, you have enough builds to do. Yeah, I already have enough in my stash, but never mind. But yeah, so the remainder of the hobgrot slits that I won't be building will be winging it away to another person. Not that I'm trying to encourage him to build more different armies, but he has now. I think it will be 3. This will make it 3 different armies that he'll have. And Johnny's going, just tell her they look so sad just sitting there by themselves. Yeah. Tried that one before and it didn't work for some reason. I think turning up home with sort of like 5 normal carrier bags of model kits and a big bin liner full didn't go down so well for some strange reason. Haven't got a clue why. I know at one point I have to go over there. I do have another kit to build up, pick up, which I still haven't had time to go over and pick up yet. But hopefully by the end of the week, this week, I should be able to get into the shop and pick it up. And that's me SR71 Blackbird in 48 scale. And I'm getting called a git by Colin, but looks. And Mew's going, lol. See, Colin, if I send you a couple of Stormcasts that I've got repeats of as well, then you can actually, you'll get another one then, so then you can actually play proper Age of Sigma game with the Hobgrot slits and Stormcast. You've got your Necrons and your Space Marines and your Goblins. Well, your Orc army, I should say. So yeah, you'd have 5 armies then that way, wouldn't you? Sounds like a plan, that does. The trick is to leave them in the car and bring them in one at a time. Sadly, I don't have a car. I don't actually drive anywhere. I either walk it or use my push bike to get around, or if I'm working around for going around for work, then it's I use a local firm that transports my gear to the job site and it gets transported back at the end of the job, because most of the houses I work on are empty. So I just leave my site, work with stuff on site, and I generally have the only access other than the client. And then when we do have other trades in, I am there on site as well. So it just saves a lot of money. I think it works out, I save about 10.5 grand a year. Oh, Colin saying I may have made a Warhammer purchase again. So what have you got this time, Colin? Come on, let us know. You can't keep teasing us like that. And Johnny's going, no willpower. What you do need to get though, Colin, is some nice Chaos Space Marines to go with your Orc army. especially the raptors. Orc Snazwagon and paint. Ooh. That sounds good. I think what you want to get is always have a look at the Dakka jet of the Orcs. I think oh, Fox has actually built one, I think, if I remember rightly. Or is it the Waz Bomber jet I think he built. There's a Dakka jet I think as well. Or a Dakka fighter. In the York thing. Yeah, I think Fox was the Waz Bomber. If I remember rightly. I'm hoping to get a couple of pieces of let's see. The one that you're building, Colin, isn't that the Valkyrie? Or is it another one as well? I can't keep up. Yeah, you have actually, yeah. Mad. I was actually on the same bloody stream with you as well when you were doing it. No. Told you I'm losing the plot. Yeah, these things happen. I think I need to keep taking more of my tablets. Valkyrie on Friday, Wazbomb on Sunday. Sunday piss himself laughing. Oh dear. Yep, definitely need to keep more tablets, I think. Yeah, okay, let's see. And you got Skelmon Review saying, I've got the dragster and a buggy. Ooh. Yeah, at some point I'm hoping to get the ATV. Hopefully when I get some pennies in. That's what I'll be getting at some point. That should be some fun little builds. There's also one of the big laser cannons I want to get. William Rayburn's back. He says, I'm back. Pizza Hut meat lovers and hot wings have been ordered. Very good. I say we used to have a Pizza Hut not far from us, but it closed down just before the old Velociraptor struck the country. It closed down just then, and it's now one of the other many takeaways in Keighley. That seems to have adopted the name very closely to what it originally was. like most of them seem to be doing. Well, we've only got a couple more minutes to go before I'll be calling it a night. I will just do these, these tracks, and then we'll hop back up to face cam and I'll go through the options for the Saturday live build thing again. We haven't done too bad tonight. I've got a bit more done. I'm surprised me. Wish has started playing up again yet, but I'm grateful that it hasn't. Yeah, it's like these little blue pots. It took me a good 6 months to realise why these little lids parts of it actually connect to these. And then I suddenly realised when I was reading about it one day that they're actually designed that way so that you can actually use them as a little paint palette. When you've shook up your paint and there's paint stays in them, so you can actually use it as a little paint palette without having to keep dipping your brush into the main pot. And they connect together so you have less chance of knocking them over, which is a neat little design trick they've done, in my opinion. Oof, got that. And it's one of the reasons why whenever I empty a Rebel paint pot I keep them. Most of the other ones I generally throw away, especially the humble pot. Lucky enough I don't use many of them. A few little touch-ups I'm going to have to make on this side. Yeah, fault for rushing it a bit really. Yep, mist is starting to 8 now. Okay then, I'll do the other side of that in a bit. Like that. Oh, missed a couple of bits there, but I'll catch them up later. Okay then. We'll so cool night there. So switch back up to facey cam. Here we go. So yeah, we've got quite a bit done again tonight. Most of some of the smaller detailing stuff is getting done, which is good. It'll come along nicely. It does look as though it's like takes longer for me to make it look like I'm doing anything much, because I still paint all mine when it's all in part. But then I'll basically, when it all gets glued together, it actually all comes together very, very quickly then. And then it's just basically a few touch-ups that I have to make. But other than that, yeah, I'm quite happy where that's going. We've got Max beginning. Hi Max, he's saying hi, scale model Ninja. The Rhino is looking really good. Thank you very much. It's coming along slowly but surely, but it will get there. So yeah, well, a quick reminder, like if you go to last Saturday's video and write down on them your decision of what you would like me to build. Option 1 is the M3 Dragon half track. Option 2 is the 1/350 scale Tamiya Yamato, and option 3 is the Academy 1/35th Apache, no, sorry, Cobra Viper. So yeah, if you just leave your sort of decision on there, we'll see how it goes from that point, and whatever gets the most on the vote will win. So that'll be what I'll be building next on next Saturday's live stream when I finish the Sequest DSV sub. So I will say good night to everyone, and have fun and keep safe and happy modelling. Thank you very much, and good